Fundamentals of Zoroastrian Faith, Part 19. For these, Asha was the cause of everything observable, the motion of the planets and the astral bodies, the progression of the seasons, and the pattern of daily nomadic herdsman life, governed by regular metronomic events such as sunrise and sunset, and was strengthened through truth-telling and following the threefold path. All physical creations, Gethage was thus determined to run according to a master plan inherent to Ahura Mazda, and violation of the order, Daruj, were violation against creation, and thus violations against Ahura Mazda. The concept of Asha versus Daruj should not be confused with Western and especially Abrahamic notions of good versus evil. For although both forms of opposition express moral conflicts, the Asha versus Daruj concept is more systematic and less personal, representing, for instance, chaos that opposes order, and uncreation event as natural decay that opposes creation, or more simply the lie that opposes truth and goodness. Moreover, in the role as one of the uncreated creator of all, Ahura Mazda is not the creator of Daruj, which is nothing, anti-creation, and thus likewise uncreated and developed as antithesis of existing through choice. In this schema of Asha versus Daruj, mortal beings, both humans and animals, play a critical role, for they too are created. Here in their lives, they are active participants in the conflict, and it is their spiritual duty to defend Asha, which is under constant assault and would decay in strength without contraction, without counteraction. I beg your pardon, please. Throughout the Gathas, Zoroaster emphasized deeds and actions within society, and accordingly extreme asceticism is frowned upon Zoroastrianism, but moderate forms are allowed within. Central to Zoroastrianism is the emphasis on moral choice, to choose the responsibility and duty for which one is the moral world, for which one is the mortal world. I beg your pardon, please. I beg your pardon again. And it is the responsibility and duty for which one is in the mortal world. They are a funny. Or to give up this duty so facilitate the work of Daruj. Similarly, predestination is rejected in Zoroastrianism. In Zoroastrian teaching, an absolute free will of all conscious being is the core, with even divine beings having the ability to choose. Humans bear responsibility for all situations they are in and in the way they act toward one another. Reward, punishment, happiness, and the grief all depend on how individuals live their lives. In the 19th century, through contact with the Western academics and missionaries, Zoroastrianism experienced a massive theological change that still affects it today. The Reverend John Wilson led various missionary campaigns in India against the Parsi community, disparaging the Parsis for their dualism and polytheism as having unnecessary rituals, while declaring Avesta not to be divinely inspired. This caused mass dismay in the relatively uneducated Parsi community, which blamed its priest and led to some conversions towards Christianity. The arrival of German Orientalist Martin Hogg.